The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Welcome to the May 14th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, well, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. You can go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Send it early. And in that subject heading, please put a radio show question, of course, in our Tigers Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fantastic, fabulous Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Last Show. Right now, we've got all the U.S. indices trading to the upside. Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully we're back there. I can't tell if we're live. Maybe give me the thumbs up in the den. If you can hear my voice, hopefully you can. I actually hit the wrong button there, so I was really trying to share the screen. Great, thanks, Fletch. And instead, I hit the button that closed us out. So we were taking a look at, this, what the indices were doing. And so you can see all the U.S. indices trading the upside. The spot volatility down by minus 17%. You've got gold up $14, silver 36 cents. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside. You've got Booking Holdings, that's $81. Amazon 52, Google 45, Shopify 29, DoorDash 26. To the downside, it's Plantronics off $7. Not a big deal, although it's 20%. It is a big deal. Coinbase down $6 or 2.5%. GameStop, who cares? Silvergate Capital down 4%. Walt Disney's off $4. That's about 2.5% to the downside. So let's just begin the day here. No questions by email. I think there was something possibly posted inside the Tigers Den by Ruby. Steve, yesterday's close was a drop fast sell-off on the indices. Was that okay? Yeah, of course. Yeah, look at that. So, let's talk about yesterday, because yesterday, I wish today could be like yesterday, because live we had the setups I was being able to share with you. We were looking at the 30-minute time frame charts, and it was really easy yesterday to describe to you exactly what was going on. Not that I can't describe it now, but we were doing it live. I got a number of emails from folks that yesterday were following along the show, and they fired away at the long side of these markets because what was going on, the tests that we were looking at, well, let's just go take a look at those tests. Give me a moment here to stop sharing and start sharing a different screen. That different screen should be this one here. And that's the 30-minute time frame chart. So you've got to come back. I'll get the cursor out here. And what we were waiting for was both the ES Mini and the Dow Equity Future contract at the same time. See how this red line here turns color? When that turns color, what you're looking for is that test. A test and rejection, in this case here to the upside, tells you that's a bullish signal. And that's the action that took place. That was taking place as we were coming off the air, right as we were coming off the air at 2 o'clock. We can see how inside the ES Mini, let me just expand the chart, I guess, a bit up here. Get this out of the way over on this screen now. So we're right at this moment right here. And what was also nice at that same time, and some of you picked up on it, price was also pulling right back into the bottom of a bullish structured profile for that 30-minute time frame. So if we take a look at where we're at right now in the ES mini for its 30-minute time frame, there is a TD9 count that did fire off. But guess what? It was negated. You don't see any charts in the den? Oh, man, JB. Come on, guys. The production room must have died when I accidentally shut things off. So I'm sure they're listening, and I'm sure they'll get those charts up on the screen. But this becomes a real problem for you to be able to follow along with me and see what's going on. It would have been much easier to do that, and I certainly hate to have to repeat that. So I think they're them up, and now you're taking a look at the ES Mini. And just so you can understand, JB, where we were talking about, it's right here where my crosshair is. It's right here where it says B. There's a little bee down here. Of course, there's probably a bunch of bees out here, bumblebees, that is. But it's that. So here's the red line turning green. We know at that stage to anticipate a test. It is that test that tells you bullish or bearish out here. And that was a bullish sign. So now let's fast forward to where we're at today. If we take a look at it, we know how well these TD9 counts work. Here is at 12:30, before we were coming on the air, at 12:30, we had a TD9 count form complete inside the ES Mini. There was not even a hiccup. Because price closed above it right away on that very next bar. The ES Mini is headed higher. You may say higher to where? Well, we'll come back and we'll take a look at that. Why? Because we have call-ahead seating, and we've got a caller on the line. So let's go out to John in Philly. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Steve, I'm very good. I listened intently to your 1 p.m. 2-minute update.
Yes.
And then just now. And I just have to say this out loud for the benefit of all your listeners. Kudos to you. Amongst the many things that you have in your toolkit, of course, which there are many,
yes,
is that VIX tool on declines where the VIX is up more than 10% on a day, look for a tradable low.
Yes.
And then the subsequent day, if the VIX is down more than 10%, that is your tool signaling not only a tradable bottom, but a blast-off move, of some extent. So that is exactly what happened on Wednesday, then Thursday. So a big shout-out to you for that.
John, my apology. My system shut off there, but you were saying some nice things. I wish I could have heard them. But I know you were talking about this. I know you were talking about
your VIX tool for the 10% down.
Yes.
The 10% up and then a 10% down back to back. Great little tool.
Yes. It is great. And the interesting thing is, it looks like we may get another one today, and Steve, that's another below minus 10%. Yeah, John. How can I help you?
Enough for patting you on the shoulder, well deservedly. Very specific question. I'm looking at the NQ futures. Right now they're at 13,360. I heard what you had said earlier up at the top of the hour, but very specific question, and it is this. Is there, I'm focused myself on the range just overhead, 13,380 to 390. Call it 13,400, round it off. Okay. Is there anything in your work that you'd look to as saying, hey, that could be very strong resistance?
Absolutely. John, wait till we get back from the break. We'll take a look at the NQ charts here, and we'll answer that question. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Back up, folks. We got the Dow up 328, S&P's up 60, and the NASDAQ 100 up 254. And we're really focused right now on the NQs with John in Philadelphia. His specific question is, in the area where the NQ is trading right now, do we see anything that would indicate that it's some kind of a top? And the area that he's really referring to, he's taking a look at a prior swing point. It says 240. Let me just expand it out, then everybody's just looking at the one chart. It's really a prior swing point. I'm assuming here, John, that it's the prior swing point that you're looking at to say this would be a spot where you could normally go ahead and take a short. So to answer that question, that's that blue horizontal line going across my screen. So I can answer that question this way. The answer is yes. There are a couple of things that are in place right now to suggest that we could see the NQ begin to stall out. Now, it could just stall out for a short period of time. And those three things are, if you look at the 60-minute time frame chart, bottom left-hand panel, folks, you'll see that as we came into the 1 o'clock time frame, we formed bar number 9 of a TD9 count. Now, if this is going to be a top, it's going to be the highest high, whether it is the bar of that ended at 1 p.m. or the bar that ends at 2 p.m. So we need to know what that high is, John, because that high is going to be very important. Whatever that high is, if there's a close above it, then the answer is no, because that pattern will have been negated. There also happens to be on the 120-minute time frame chart, and this current bar closes at 2 p.m. This is the bar following bar number 9. So I'll be watching more the 60-minute time frame than the 2-hour time frame, because the 60 would give us the clue sooner than we would see on the 2-hour time frame chart. The 30-minute chart, which is in your upper right-hand panel, is forming bar number 8 right now, but it still hasn't made a higher high. I mean, it hasn't gotten above the bar that closed at 1 p.m. So it really needs to do that. If it doesn't do that this hour, you'd be looking at it to occur between 1:30 and 2 or 2 and 2:30. So the answer to your question is, by about 2:30, we could see a tradable top. You could do that, or we could see a stalling. Now, when price got up to this area that you're referring to last time, if we look at the 240-minute chart, it was a much easier call at that stage to say that's where a turn could be. Why? Because there was a bullish structured profile that formed above price. That is bearish action. When you have a profile form above price, it tells you about the overhead supply. That is not a condition that we have present at the moment. And so I would hesitate just a little bit, because just before I took your call, we were looking at the ES Mini, which on its 30-minute time frame negated its TD9 count, suggesting that it wants to continue to move higher. But still, the answer to your question is yes. Until we see the TD9 count fail, I would say on either the 30-minute or the 60-minute time frame for the NQ, we should be getting ready for a pause. Does that help? Does that make sense?
A very specific answer to my specific question. Thank you so much. It does help. I'll just, in closing, say thanks again, and note that since Monday, the 26th of April, the prime brokerage segment of the market has been reporting that big money players have been fairly consistent and heavy sellers of the NDX or the NASDAQ 100 names.
Yes.
If they continue to do so, I could envision last hour weakness. If in fact they're covering, we'll probably run right into the close. So your info plus what we see in the last hour are things I'll be focusing on. So thanks again.
You bet, John. Thank you for calling as well. And folks, those are the same things I'm focused on myself. We took a long trade in the NDX 100. In the newsletter, I took it in the futures contract overnight a couple of evenings ago. And so that's a question that I want to answer myself. So when we're looking at the ES Mini chart, and we'll go back to that here. Let me do this. Since we're on this screen here, let me switch to a different panel because let me give you an idea where is that screen? Equity futures. Let me give you an idea where price is very likely headed to. So, and this is regardless of what we see take place over the next couple of hours. The signals are, at this moment, are that the ES Mini is going to go target 41.91. That's that oscillator and change line. So it's approximately 41.91. The NQ, 13.523. Now, if prices get above those green lines, it puts that instrument for that time frame in full-out bullish mode. In the Dow equity future contract, it's approaching 34,416. That's the area where it's going to be describing to us whether we're headed back to the highs or possibly to take those out or not. And that's not unusual this time of the year. I'll show you the chart that shows that. And then the Russell 2000 is really approaching that very important. Notice how its oscillator and change line had turned red a few days ago. Remember, just like on the 30-minute time frame charts we were looking at, these patterns work for all time frames, all instruments. It's agnostic to the instrument. It could care less. It's just charting price and the patterns and so forth. And here, the Russell 2000 may be the instrument that provides us with the most information about what the market's intent is. So, John, before you fire away at the NQ, because the Russell 2000 is so close, when I say so close, its oscillator and change line is, see if I can get this here, is 22.23, near 22.11. Okay, it's still 13 points, so that would be a big move in the Russell 2000, but it's really that test that should give us an indication as to what the intent, at least of the Russell 2000, is. Whether you can extrapolate that into the other instruments or not, that's up to each individual trader out here. So that's what's going on inside the equity futures contracts. Although there is more, so let's go take a look at the more, and hopefully I don't just shut this thing down again. Stop sharing. There we go. That worked this time. Come back here. And the comeback here was, I don't think we took a look at this yet. We normally do. But what I want you to notice out here are there 3 of the 4 instruments are attempting to form new market profiles. So going back to John's question, because if the markets are going to stall, what we also want to look at is, are there other instruments signaling to us that the market is going to stall? Well, if we take a look, let's start with the Russell 2000 on the very right-hand side out here. If it's going to stall, it's going to stall basically up at this swing point for May 11th. And that high out there is 22.16. Well, we're at 22.22 for that oscillator and change line. So you can see it's really getting close. Now, this is in a bullish structured attempting to form a bullish structured profile, and price is well above that center line. Its message is that price wants to go tackle that 2277 level. It will be that fight at that oscillator and change line that will confirm that message. If we look at the Dow is also attempting to form a brand new profile. Now, this profile is above the prior profile. This is a bullish message for the Dow. It is trading right now into the resistance zone. The resistance zone out here is from the range of 34,460 down to 34,280. We're at 34,298. Right now, the signal is it's above that same swing point that you were looking at inside the NQ, so to speak. So the message that we're seeing from the Dow is that it wants to make that run to 34,460. The NQ does not have a new profile. The ES does. The ES could run into resistance. I think we covered this between 41.75 and 42.17. Now, folks, these new profiles that we're looking at, this is using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool. They can change throughout the day. They may not take hold by day's end. We won't know till Sunday evening at 6 o'clock sharp out there, but we use the information available to us at 1:26 in the afternoon. And so, yeah, there's some resistance areas that the ES and the Dow are moving into, and we do have those TD9 counts we looked at inside the NQ. But as John pointed out, there could be a short covering rally. We close up at the highs coming into the close. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We've got a caller on the line. Let's go out to Garo in California. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Nice to hear from you. How are you today?
Good, and you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. And the instrument that you would like to take a look at is what?
It's NUE, Nucor,
Yep.
Nancy University, Edward.
Yes. And tell the folks what you're doing with it and how I can best help you.
Regarding this one, it pulled back a little bit on the daily chart.
Yes.
Of course, I have that from April the 27th, which I bought it at $82. I got out of it about 3-4 days ago, which was gone very, very high at 102.50. Now I want to get in the 30, 60, and 120 minutes. All three of them are bull, according to sharp parabolic dots, except the linear regression line. It is still the candle is below that regression line. The regression line, it says it's going to get bull at $102.26. I want to make sure that if you see anything like that or around $102 in your charts.
And the $102 would be, again, was that the resistance area or?
It's a linear regression line.
Got it. Okay.
If you have that indicator, you know that indicator. If the candle goes above that, it's bull. If like your own line, you have a green line and a red line that changes color.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar to that. If the candle goes above that regression line, it becomes bull. If it goes below that regression line, it goes bear.
Perfect. So I can answer your question this way, and it's on a short-term time frame chart. And you were asking if I see any resistance in the 102 area. And the number where I have resistance, Garo, is 102.38. And 102.38 for me comes from the 30-minute time frame chart. And that represents the TD9 breakdown level. So that would be the line where if price closes above it, it says that it continues to go back to its highs and very likely higher than that. But it would be 102.38 that I see on the 30-minute time frame chart. I see 102.38 on a 10-minute time frame chart. I don't have that as resistance on the daily. For us, the resistance on the daily is back at its highs at 103.98. The move that you were taking a look at on the daily time frame, that pullback out there, and you had mentioned my green line, so I just want to be able to show folks that line is a really important indicator. I developed it because I needed to answer the question in my mind, when was a retracement just a retracement back to support versus it meaning something else? And here we can see the line is green. That tells us the price oscillator. And a price oscillator is a difference between the in my case, it's a difference between the 19 and 39-day exponential moving averages. You can use whatever you want, but if you're going to try to follow this system, it would be the 19 and 39, and it must be exponential moving averages. And we can see that price just simply on that day pulled back to test that, and it rejected it. So it still is in its bullish ways out here, and it does look like it's headed to that 103.98. But to answer your question specifically, in order to do that, you need to see it close above 102.38, and that's the next resistance level that I see.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Perfect.
That was great. Thank you.
You bet. And I love it when our tools kind of match up with each other. So, Garo, thanks so much for calling, and have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Before Garo would call, I was going to show you this, so I want to show it to you anyways. And I had made a comment that, and maybe some of you caught it, maybe some of you didn't, that really the action that we are seeing right now is normal for this seasonal cycle period. Here is the 86-year seasonal cycle chart. And what we see on this is that the sell in May cycle rarely, or at least on average, I can say, not that it can't, but on average over the 86 years, does not take place on May 1st. Instead, on average, it takes place on May 19th. So when is May 19th? Well, it's on the 19th. How do you like that? I mean, am I sharp as a dull knife? Yeah, that's how sharp I am. So May 19th, as I take a look at my calendar, and we don't use these to the days, but you can, but you shouldn't, is next Wednesday. So actually the activity that we are seeing out here now, typically what takes place in this kind of a move out here, and this is the Dow specifically that we're taking a look at. So this is not the NQ, this is not the S&P, this is not the Russell 2000. But typically what we see take place to set a May high in the Dow is one more spike higher. One more spike higher. Now, I can't guarantee that that's going to happen, but this is the pattern that is in play. What we're seeing take place in the market inside the Dow is not that unusual. And now, I don't know whether the Dow will be able to do that. And the reason that I say this is because that new profile that's attempting to form. Let me see if we've got that here. So we even have that here, although it's kind of hard to see here. Let me get back to the other chart. I think that might be a little bit easier. That was this one right here. Let me just expand this chart. Maybe it'll be easier now. Yeah. So not that it's easier, but you can see right now the Dow is trading right into its bearish structured profile. So if the pattern we just looked at is going to unfold, the YM must close above 34,460. And it's got its work cut out to do that. If you're to ask me, where is it that I would short the Dow, it would be at 34,460. I would wait for the Dow to get up there because that is where the sellers reside. We're in an area where sellers exist, but the real level of selling should take place at 34,460. If the Dow, the YM, can close above that, then that tells us about at least we should see that spike higher that we normally see as part of that 86-year seasonal cycle. So that's what Stevie is waiting for at this stage of the game. We'll pay close attention to these profile levels out here on their daily time frame. We'll pay close attention to that Russell 2000 because of its oscillator and change line. It had already changed from green to red, and that's where we're going to find out if the Russell 2000 can really make its way up to the 2227 level. So let's go to one of our questions that came in. This was inside the Tiger's Den from Ruby, and Ruby had wanted to take a look at Ethereum Grayscale, the ETF, ETHE, which right now as we take a look at on the black background charts, E-Signal, they've got our market profiles. Well, we can see that price is above the top of the daily profile. And as Peak G in the Den pointed out, that looks pretty bullish, and he's right. When you are trading, that was you. Okay, thanks, Peak. When you're trading above the top of a profile, 36.91, well, that is bullish. You're well above the weekly, and there is no monthly out here. But let's go take a look at our charts, our white background charts, just see if there's anything else out there that Peak needs to be aware of. Well, on the daily time frame, it's very bullish. Price is above the green line, the oscillator and change line. It's above the top of the profile, and this should head higher. This should get back to its highs. That's the message there. The weekly time frame chart, do we see anything? Well, this week is going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count, so it could be a high. The last high that formed in Ethereum was on bar number 9. This one here that took place back in December just simply negated it right away. You can see price pulling back, testing that green line, giving you that bullish signal. Even when price got below the this line on a weekly basis, it was just coming back to support the bottom of the profiles out there. That's a beautiful thing. So on a short-term time frame, I don't have really anything out here. Yeah, Peak, if the question was, do these charts look bullish? The answer is absolutely. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, and hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So what I want to do now is just share some conditions that exist in the marketplace that are different than the time period when John he's looking at a swing point in the past where we saw some selling. But the market conditions that we see right now are much different than they were back then. This is the NASDAQ 100 that we have up on our screen. And I want you to pay attention to the upper left-hand panel, these little speed dials. What you should notice is each of those speed dials is in the bullish mode. In the bullish mode, meaning that they each have positive market breadth. That's the 60-minute, the 240, that's the daily and the weekly. Now, the daily is just crossing over today, or the session's not over. This can change, but as we speak right now, you're getting that crossover. Now, I just have you, other than consolidations that we're in, you can see when those crossovers take place, they're very important. Very important, both on the bearish side and on the bullish side. So, and it's not by a ton. You have 21 instruments trading above the top of the profile, 20 below. So it can shift at a moment. But the important thing for me to share, and that's on the daily time frame, to share these market conditions are substantially different than the last time we took a look at that short-term time frame chart and where price was at out there, and then price was below an existing profile. So that is the NASDAQ 100. If we look at the S&P 500 right now, we'll switch over to this here. The S&P, so I'm trying to assist some folks that are in the den that are trying to take a stab at this. Here is the daily chart. It's the only one that is very close. When I say very close, there's 122 instruments that are trading above the top of the profile, 142 below the bottom. But folks, we saw the 30-minute time frame chart negate that TD9 count pattern. And that too is bullish out here. So let's go from this time frame. Just curious to see what's going on the short-term time frame. The short-term time frame would be 30 minutes. That's the shortest that I can get to. Well, here is the NQ right now. And on a 30-minute basis, there are 42 instruments trading above the top of the profile and 23 trading down below the bottom. So on a 30-minute basis, and that's important because we're taking a look at the TD9 count that is attempting to form on the 30-minute charts. Right now, this is market breadth positive. Let's go take a look at the S&P 500 out here, because really when it's market breadth positive, in here the S&P, I'm sorry, it hasn't updated. It's in the process of doing the calculations. Very positive. Very positive. And that is 260 to the upside and 71 to the downside out here. So the 30-minute chart, what we're looking at right here, this is in agreement with what we just took a look at on the TD9 count pattern out there. And when it just simply negated, it blew right through it and went on. So the ES Mini is bullish out here. The daily time frame is not. But look, it's the short-term market breadth right now that's going to be the problem for going short out there. So I thought I would share that with you. Ruby says no volume on this test. I don't know what time frame it is that you're looking at, Ruby, and I'm assuming that you're correct. I know that you're correct in taking a look at that. But volume is only one element of the chair that we can take a look at out here. It's why I use multiple indicators out there. And there's enough guys that do volume, Tom specifically, David White. I love that power law vector indicator. I mean, that's one of the coolest tools I've ever seen at being able to understand the leg of what's going on from a volume standpoint versus at swing points. But okay, there's no volume, but it's only one element out there. It's just one element. It's not the only element for us to take into consideration and so forth. So that's what's going on intraday basis. That way at 1:46 in the afternoon, each of you are fueled with regard to market breadth, what's going on there, and that will assist in understanding what the market is communicating to us. Let's go to our next question, or the only question that we've got out here. Let's see here, cancel. This comes in from Jane. Jane, nice to hear from you. Jane writes in, can we please take a look at Facebook? Is this a good place to short it up against resistance, or do you think it's going to keep on going higher? Well, let's go see if we can find resistance out here inside of Facebook. Let's begin with our black background charts. And as we take a look at Facebook, come on, populate out here for us. And let me get my other charts going too. So if you just give me a moment so we get Facebook going. Okay, I've got those going. So if we take a look at Facebook, let me get rid of this A to B equals CD pattern. So this formed a Gartley buy pattern out there, and price right now is trading above the top of its daily profile. So Jane, if you were to ask me where is resistance, well, I would share with you that was at 310.56 and you are above that. And that suggests that we want to move higher. If we take a look at what Facebook did on the weekly basis, it has a bearish structured weekly profile. I think we may even discuss that this week, and that's this. Boy, that was a lot of thises, right? Confused the heck out of me. Sorry about that, folks. Never went to school. If we take a look at when price closes above the top of weekly profile, when you get top of a bearish structure weekly profile, when you get two consecutive closes above that, that tells you about a strong move to the upside. Well, that's what took place last week and the week before. What my experience is with regard to these profiles, bullish and bearish structures, a counter trend move, counter trend retracement would find support at the center of that bearish structured profile. Well, the low inside Facebook this week has been 298. The center of that profile, 297.17. That is bullish. The monthly chart is bullish. So, Jane, if you're asking me, would I go short Facebook, the answer from the three black charts out here is absolutely not. That's not its message to you. It's not its message to me, that is. If I take a look at the daily time frame out here, the daily time frame is suggesting that price is at least going to go target 316.20. So if you're asking where is the next resistance level, and that's the oscillator and change line, it would be about $2 higher than where Facebook is trading right now. Would you take that trade to go short? Well, the only way that I would do that is if I saw signals on the short-term time frames out here. I noticed that I populated the wrong chart, so I'll just go take a look at the 30-minute as an example. And on a 30-minute basis, you've got a TD9 count pattern that completed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that high is 314.13. You're at 314.18 right now. A close above 314.13 on this bar or the bar next is telling you that Facebook has a strong momentum move to the upside for its 30-minute time frame. And what that translates to you in price is that price should go target 319.48. So from a chart standpoint, I do not see where Facebook is at resistance that you would want to go ahead and take a short position. I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for taking for spending some time to write in. Now, I just need to take a look and see. I think there was somebody in the den, asked about Glad for the dividends. Let's just take a look at the chart Glad, Glad out here, and just see what it's doing, see what it is. Gladstone Capital. So you've got to make a trade-off. If you're buying this for the dividends, you still want to make sure that this is in a full-out bullish, or I would want to make sure that it's in a full-out bullish mode out here. So GLAD. Let me do this real quickly. And here's what we know right now. I just want to understand what you've got a change in trend signal on the daily time frame. And that is because price closed below the bottom of its bullish structured profile. Now, not that price might not make a counter trend move up to that area, which would be 1073 to 1087. But let me go take a look at the other charts that I've got out here, and we will see what they communicate to us. And that is for one of our YouTubers. That is Stash Prada. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at ticker symbol GLAD. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see this continue to move higher into about the 1073, 1087 area. The question was, should he buy this right now for dividends? Now, I would say the answer is no. You've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out here. I don't have any kind of a bottoming signal, and this could just be a counter trend rally setting up an A to B equals CD to the downside. The reason that I say that is because on the weekly chart, we have a confirmed TD9 count. And prices below that oscillator and change line, which is 1071, that says caution Will Robinson. Price may be targeting 957. So I'm glad I would hold off at this stage. I'd be looking for some type of bottoming pattern. And then you could go ahead and fire away. Of course, you can fire away right now if you would like. The next instrument to take a look at is Roblox or something like that. RBLX is the ticker symbol. Let's take a look at this. Not a ton of data out here. So all I really see is a consolidation, sideways move. The question is there an entry point, I believe? And the answer there is, yeah, right around 67.88. 68.60, that was yesterday. That was the bottom of its bearish structured profile. So if you're looking to get into it, that would be a place. Another spot. This formed a nice TD9 count bottom yesterday. 64.70 would be an area that would be nice to get into this, potentially get into this. And that's ticker symbol RBLX. The last one for the day is going to be coin. I believe the question there was, is there an entry point in coin? And let me go take a look at this. COIN. This is the daily time frame. Boy, 256.16 is the bottom of its daily profile. But I wouldn't get into it unless we see some type of signal on a short-term time frame. And here on the 30-minute chart, we don't have that. 257.05 is support there. I don't see the entry point inside of coin right now. I'd at least need to see some kind of pattern on the 30-minute time frame chart to do that. Folks, thanks so much for joining me today and this weekend. I want you to have a fantastic weekend. Don't wear those masks out there. You don't need them. Enjoy the outdoor life. Enjoy the indoor life. And have a fantastic weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Take care.